So, how was it? Interesting, huh? There are many interesting riddles surrounding us, but we tend to ignore them. People see, but don't observe.
Oh, come on! What is the difference between watching and observing?
I'll tell you the difference between the two. First, tell me, have you worn your watch? Great. Now cover it with your other hand. Done? Let us assume that your watch is at least a year old. So you must have looked into it for number of times. Say 1000 times. Yeah? So now, can you tell me that the digit 6 in your watch is numeric or Roman? Okay. To check whether your answer is right or wrong, look into your watch. There you are. This is the difference between watching and observing. You must be having many pairs of jeans in your wardrobe. Do you know the origin of it? Or else you must have learnt the experiment of the Tower of Pisa. Do you know who built it?
I never thought of such things. Me too.
Okay, let's watch few questions. Akdam bakdam jadui tikdam. Akdam bakdam jadui tikdam.
Can you tell me who was Homer? Homer is one of the best known Greek writers. He wrote the two famous epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Can you tell me what is Parthenon? The Parthenon is the most famous building of ancient Greece. It was a temple to Athena, the Greek goddess of war and wisdom. The Parthenon has been renovated many times. The latest round started in 1975 and has been going on since then. Tell me, which civilization was situated on the bank of Nile? The civilization of ancient Egypt on the banks of the Nile lasted for more than 3,000 years and was the longest continuous civilization in the world. Can you tell me who built the pyramids? Ancient Egyptians built pyramids as a final resting place for their kings, called pharaohs. They believed that the pharaohs continued to look after the affairs of the kingdom even after death. It was therefore necessary to make their souls comfortable. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, made out of stone, is the grandest of all pyramids. This amazing monument is over 146 meters tall and has survived for more than 4,000 years.
Do you drink acid? No? I know you drink acid in the form of citric acid and lemon.
Tell me, what is a mummy? The ancient Egyptians believed in life after death. They thought that each person has 3 souls, Ka, Ba and Ak. It was said that the body had to remain intact even after death for Ak to exist happily. So the ancient Egyptians preserved dead bodies by a process called embalming. The process was known only to some priests. The embalmed body is called a mummy, and some have survived until today. Tell me about my skin. Skin protects you from bumps and scratches. It stops your body from drying out and prevents germs from getting in. Your skin is very thin. It is only 2 millimeters thick. On top is a layer of tough, dead cells called the epidermis. These cells gradually rub off. New cells grow underneath to replace them. Underneath is another layer of skin called the dermis. This contains areas that give you your sense of touch. Your body lets sweat out through your skin. As the sweat dries, it takes away heat, and this cools you down. Tell me about bones. Most people have 206 bones. Half of them are in your hands and feet. All your bones together make up your skeleton. The skeleton is like a frame. It holds up the other parts of your body. It also protects the squashy bits inside. There is a kind of jelly called marrow inside some of your bones. Your bones are connected by joints. They let your back, arms, legs, fingers and toes move. You have about 100 joints. The largest joints are in your hips and knees. The smallest joints are inside your ear. Your bone is lightweight but super strong. It is stronger than concrete or steel, which are used for making buildings and bridges. But bones can still break if they are bent too much. Tell me, how do muscles work? Muscles are made from fibers that look like bits of string. The fibers get shorter to make the muscle pull. Many muscles make your bones move. They help you to run, jump, hold and lift things. Some muscles move your eyes, your heart and other body parts. Your brain makes the muscle move. It sends messages along nerves to your muscles. Lots of muscles are needed even for small movements like writing with a pen. Your brain controls other muscles without you even thinking about it.
Which substance makes the bread rise? Yeast.
Tell me about teeth. Teeth are covered in a material called enamel. This is harder than most kinds of rock. Teeth are fixed into your jaw bones by roots. Sharp front teeth or incisors bite food into small pieces. Tall pointy teeth or canines tear and pull food. Flat back teeth or molars chew food to a mush. You have two sets. A baby is born without teeth. The first set of teeth appears when a child is 6 months old. This set has 20 teeth. These teeth fall out at about 7 years old. They are replaced by 32 adult teeth. Tell me, why does my heart beat? The heart pumps the blood and the oxygen around the body. When it beats, your heart squeezes blood into tubes. These carry blood and oxygen around your body. The blood then comes back to the heart from the lungs with more oxygen. Depending on a person's age, the heart beats about 60 to 120 times every minute. Tell me about the brain. Your brain is about the same size as 2 fists put together. It is the place where you think, remember, feel happy or sad, and dream. Your brain also takes information from your senses and controls your body. The main part is called the cerebrum. Your brain works using electricity. It has about 10,000 million tiny nerve cells. Tiny bursts of electricity are always jumping around between the cells. Different parts of your brain do different jobs. One part senses touch. Another part deals with thinking. Speaking is controlled by a different part. The cerebellum controls all your muscles. When you play and run, the cerebellum sends messages to your muscles to make them move. The main part of your brain is divided into 2 halves. The left half helps you to play music and to draw. The right half is good at thinking. Why is type O blood universal? Blood can have 2 antigens, A and B, and 2 antibodies, anti-A and anti-B. The presence or absence of these 4 parts makes the blood types. For example, people with type A blood have antigen A and anti-B antibodies. Type A people can't be given type B blood because their anti-B antibodies will think that the B antigens are alien and attack them. Type O blood has no antigens at all. So the anti-A or anti-B antibodies in the major blood types A, B, O and AB have nothing to attack. This means that type O can safely be given to anyone with the major blood types.
Who was the first woman ambassador of India? She is Vijay Lakshmi Pandit.
Can you tell me why people get hiccups? The diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle at the bottom of your chest, and all hiccups start here. The diaphragm almost always works perfectly. When you inhale, it pulls down to help pull air into the lungs. When you exhale, it pushes up to help push air out of the lungs. But sometimes the diaphragm becomes irritated. When this happens, it pulls down in a jerky way, which makes you suck air into your throat suddenly. When the air rushing in hits your voice box, you're left with a big hiccup. Tell me, what is appendix? An appendix is an organ that everyone is born with, but not everyone keeps. Unlike important body parts like the heart, liver, and lungs, the appendix actually doesn't do anything. A long time ago, ancient humans needed their appendix to help digest food. Now, thanks to evolution, we no longer need it. You may have heard of appendicitis. That's when the appendix becomes infected and needs to be removed. This is pretty common, and while the idea may sound scary, it's nothing to worry about. Tell me, what is bird flu and how do you get it? Avian influenza, also called bird flu, is a disease caused by the HN51 virus. The bird flu has killed millions of birds in Asia, and the first person to get the disease was in Hong Kong in 1997. Since then, about 100 people have died from bird flu. And they all got the disease by touching sick birds or infected bird poop. Scientists are worried that this flu virus could change so that it passes from human to human instead of just from birds to humans. If people could spread the disease, it could become a big problem. So medical researchers are working hard on the vaccine. Tell me, why is the sky blue? You may already know that sunlight is actually made up of all the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. You probably also know that sunlight has to pass through our atmosphere before it reaches our eyes. The gas molecules in the atmosphere break up or scatter the sunlight into its many parts, and they react differently to different colors. Different colors of light have different energies or wavelengths. For example, red light has a long wavelength, while blue light has a short wavelength. The gas molecules in the atmosphere scatter the blue wavelengths better than the red wavelengths. So the sky looks blue.
All birds can fly except one. It is the skivvy.
Tell me, why does the sky change colors when the sun sets? White light is actually made up of all the colors of the rainbow, and the atmosphere of the earth breaks this light up, scattering it into various colors. At sunset, the light from the sun has to travel through much more atmosphere than during midday. As a result, the blue and green elements of white light get stripped out, leaving only red, yellow, and orange light. Tell me, why don't spiders get caught in their own webs? Spiders weave different kinds of threads for different purposes. For instance, the golden orb spider spins two kinds of thread, sticky and non-sticky. It uses the non-sticky thread to build a basic frame which it can crawl around on, and then threads it with the sticky material to catch insects. This web is so strong that it sometimes catches small birds. Other kinds of threads are used to spin cocoons. Spiders usually have 3 pairs of spinnerets, which are the organs used to generate spider webs. Tell me, is there more snow or ice in Antarctica? This continent is actually a desert. Any area that gets 10 inches or less of rain or snow each year is a desert, and the South Pole gets less than an inch of snow per year. The continent gets around 20 to 50 inches of snow per year at the coast. Not too much snow, but there's a lot of ice. Ice covers 98% of Antarctica. The ice is in two huge sheets that total over 4.6 million square miles and is nearly 2.5 miles thick in places. Can you tell me how does sun burn if there's no oxygen? Great question. You can't have fire without oxygen, right? However, the sun's energy isn't like a regular fire. That process is called combustion. The sun's energy comes from a very powerful process called nuclear fusion. This process does not require oxygen. Nuclear fusion happens when atoms are put under a huge amount of pressure and temperature. At the center of the sun, the temperature is about 29 million degrees Fahrenheit, and the density is 150 times greater than water. Since the sun is mostly made up of hydrogen atoms, these atoms get crushed together and release energy equal to 100 billion hydrogen bombs per second.
Can you guess which major ingredient is used for making glass? Yes, it is the sand.